Lola is full of hope as she goes to court for Lexi's custody hearing. But just as things start looking positive, Phil and his barrister play their trump card. Lola is stunned by the turn of events and loses her temper in front of the judge, who really has no option but to rule that Lexi should stay with Phil. Lola is inconsolable and at the first opportunity snatches her baby and hides in the arches, then steals the petty cash and heads to friend Alexa's. Phil wants to call the police on her, but Billy pleads with him not to. Then Sharon finds Lola's phone in the arches and sees her call to Alexa. Will they find the desperate runaway? Sharon is furious to discover Phil has bullied Lola, but he responds that he's no different than the man she once fell in love with, and their lips are soon locked. Ian's awkward attempts to woo Denise go wrong when he manages to offend her, then in trying to apologise, locks them in the back room of the Minute Mart. But a night trapped together may be just what this couple needs. Next we visit Weatherfield. Come on Carl, take a hint. Stella has a younger model and she's just not interested in you. In fact, she's told you to stay well away. But when Carl picks her up in his cab by chance, he won't let her out, although he later apologises for coming on strong, or abduction as the police might call it. Later she turfs him out of the Rovers and he takes his misery out on Sunita. Then, after he loses his job, on Jason, who's just got a new council job. Carl's so jealous he steals his van, then torches it and makes it look like Jason was the arsonist. Even worse for Jason, Stella doubts his version of events. Fiz and Tina track down Kirsty's mum Alison and reveal the truth about their daughter's abuse of Tyrone, and she's horrified. Alison urges Kirsty to come clean, and her conscience is finally awoken. But just as she goes to confess, she sees Alison talking to Fiz and Tina. She abruptly changes her mind, and that may not be the worst of it, because Fiz soon learns they could be accused of intimidating a witness. Finally, we cross to Yorkshire. Bob is crushed when Brenda shuts him down as he tells her his feelings. It was all going so well. If only he knew Brenda has a brain tumour. Jenny urges her to put him in the picture and go for the biopsy she's so afraid to face. And eventually she sees the neurosurgeon who tells her she needs surgery. Nikhil gives her a list of pros and cons to help her decide on the surgery, while Bob turns angry, feeling that Brenda's been stringing him along. Dan encourages her to get back with Bob, but what will she decide? Will Thomas be Cameron's next victim? Just being who he is doesn't help, and the killer struggles to be around him when he gets a job in the pub. Cam tries to get him the sack, but when that doesn't work, and when Thomas describes him as weird, he may resort to other tactics. And Sandy has had enough and wants some independence by moving into a retirement home. So Ashley steps in and lies to social services they're at war again.